Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you here today with an article from MRC Newsbusters, America's media watchdog. It's from October 1st, and it is called Busted. Guess how deep in search Google buried US-based lean right news on 2024 election. God, that is... I hate some of these titles sometimes. Like, I know what news folks are trying to do is that they're doing, like, what we would derisively call Indian speak in some of their headlines, but sometimes it's just like, can you just get the point across without it being that? Because this doesn't sound like English when you're doing it. But anyway, I'm sure when I go through the article, you'll get the point. So let's go into it right away. It says Google is at it again, forcing users to dig through 13 pages of search results before finally finding a story by Fox News in one search and 14 pages before finding a story by the New York Post in another. And there you go. That's basically what the headline means. Translated into actual English is this first sentence here. It says these two results were the first US-based right-of-center publications in two separate searches using the leftist search platform. Is Google living up to former President Donald Trump's accusation of election interference? I would say yes. It says using the media list provided by All Sides that classifies publications based on their right to left bias, MRC researchers found that tech giant Google blanketed search results for Kamala Harris presidential race 2024 and Donald Trump presidential race 2024 with leftist legacy media sources like CNN, the New York Times, NBC News, and Politico. On October 1st, MRC researchers did not find any U.S.-based lean right media outlets until Fox News appeared as the fifth result on the 13th page of Google's search results for the aforementioned Harris search prompt. Likewise, Google buried the first U.S.-based lean right result for the aforementioned Trump prompt as the third result on the 14th page, as Google featured an article by the New York Post. And it's funny how, like, Google just keeps burying news that's more truthful than any of these sources that are listed here: CNN, New York Times, NBC News, and Politico. I mean, again, I always go back to like when Trump came down the escalator in 2015, I believe it was. How many times have these sources been incorrect about things? The answer is quite a bit. Like it's something that happens. It seems like it's a daily occurrence. Whereas like, how many times has Fox News been wrong about something? Let's just say it's nowhere near that. But no. These guys are the trusted news sources up here, huh? Yeah, sure, Google. So I understand they're doing it because of the bias, but it's like, just come on. So this overt leftist bias is especially concerning considering that according to a November 2023 Pew Research survey, a rising number of American adults receive their news from search. The study found that 15% of U.S. adults prefer to get their news from search engines, which is up from 13% in 2022 and 11% in 2021. Equally concerning, the Google search results are not only filled with radical leftist websites such as Vox and Al Jazeera. I mean, is Al Jazeera just leftist? They're just like fundamentalist of a certain religion, if you catch my drift, really. It says, but also include publications owned and supported by wealthy Democrats. Billionaire and Amazon owner Jeff Bezos also operates, but he just owns the Washington Post. That's an investment you might want to get rid of there, buddy. So Salesforce CEO and longtime Harris donor Mark Benioff owns Time Magazine. FactCheck.org, a member of the George Soros-funded Poynter Institute's International Fact-Checking Network, appeared before any U.S.-based sources on the right as determined by All Sides. And I'd never heard of All Sides before this particular article, but okay, I don't really know who they are, what they do, but we'll take their word for it. It says Google did display a UK-based lean right website earlier in its results. However, the search giant even buried the UK-based outlet The Telegraph on the 10th page of the Harris prompt search results and on the 7th page of the Trump prompt search results. And earlier MRC studies showed extraordinary bias in Google search results, revealing that the search engine had forced users trying to find the Trump campaign's website to wade through a gauntlet of leftist articles before reaching it. Following the MRC study, Trump condemned Google's behavior in a post on Truth Social, vowing legal action in a potential second administration. That would be great, because it's completely politically biased, and it should not be. Google, on the other hand, absurdly tried to dismiss the study. It's like, we see the results, dude. Like, it's like showing the methodology of, like, 1 + 1 is 2, and they're like, nah, it doesn't really equal 2. Like, guys, like, just F off. It says, now MRC has caught them again, but Google has a long record of bias and election interference dating back to, what was that, it said 2008. Because before Google began making users run the gauntlet of negative coverage to see the Trump campaign's website, the search engine frequently buried the former president so far down that it did not appear on the first page of results. Google did this during the Republican National Convention and ahead of the July presidential debate between Trump and Biden. Google also did this while Trump was in the news due to a guilty verdict following Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's politicized prosecution of him. This is just one of the myriad of ways Google has interfered in American elections on behalf of its favorite candidates. In fact, Google meddled in American elections no fewer than 41 times from 2008 to 2024, including by burying 83% of the Republican campaign websites for the most competitive Senate races of 2022. And the methodology is listed here. I'm just kind of scanning it really quick. I guess if you want to read that, you can. The article is linked in the description below. But yeah, I think it's okay to end it there. And I mean, does this really surprise anybody? I mean, this really should be Google's thing, or their their symbol, okay, that they put up on their page, especially with the hammer and sickle, because they basically are commies at this point, and F commies. Anyway, is this surprising to anybody? It's not surprising to me at all, but let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.